Imagine a world where 12 miles per hour was a marvel, where metal groaned, pistons hissed, and humanity dared to ask, how fast can we go? For 130 years, we've raced against limits, pushed boundaries, defied physics. This is the story of speed. It began with a sputter, a curiosity, a machine that outpaced horses, rattling over cobblestones at 12 miles per hour. Critics laughed. Visionaries leaned in. By the 1920s, these horseless carriages weren't just moving, they were thundering. Steel bodies, roaring engines, and a question etched into every curve. What if we go faster? The world demanded more. Engineers became artists. Steel became sculpture. Curves sliced through wind. Chrome glittered under sun. In deserts and on salt flats, they chased horizons. 150 miles per hour, then 200. Each number a rebellion, a middle finger to gravity. This wasn't just speed, it was ambition, forged in fire and oil. Speed became science, rules were written, 2 runs, 2 directions, no compromises. Carbon fiber replaced steel. Computers whispered to engines. Every bolt, every curve, a dance between air and fire. And when the world said, this is the limit, engineers smirked. Watch us. Today, speed isn't measured, it's felt. A primal scream as asphalt blurs. A heartbeat synced to turbines. Machines that don't just break limits, they vaporize them. 300 miles per hour, a number that once seemed mythical, now it's a starting line. What's next? The answer isn't in a laboratory, it's in the human spirit. Always hungry, always racing. For 130 years, we've asked the same question. How fast can we go? The answer? Faster. This race isn't over. You hold the throttle. Subscribe or get left in the dust. Smash like if speed runs in your veins. Share this, because legends aren't meant to be kept secret. Benz Velo. The Benz Velo was one of the first cars introduced by Carl Benz in 1894 as the follow-up to the patent motor wagon. 67 Benz Velos were built in 1894 and 134 in 1895. The early Velo had a 1-liter 1.5 metric horsepower, 1.5 horsepower, 1.1 kilowatt engine, and later a 3 metric horsepower, 3 horsepower, 2 kilowatts engine, giving a top speed of 19 kilometers per hour, 12 miles per hour. The Velo was officially introduced by Carl Benz as the Velocipede and became the world's first standardized serial production car. The Velocipede remained in production between 1894 and 1902, with a final count of over 1,200 produced. Jaguar XK et Chugo. The Jaguar XK et Chugo is a sports car manufactured by Jaguar between 1948 and 1954. It was Jaguar's first sports car since SS et Null. Null production ended in Chugoniotre Tredionio. The XK et Chugo was launched in open 2-seater or US Roadster form at the 1948 London Motor Show as a testbed and show car for the new Jaguar XK engine designed by Jaguar chief engineer William Haynes. The sports car caused a sensation, which persuaded Jaguar founder and chairman William Lyons to put it into production. Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. The Mercedes-Benz 300 SL chassis code W198 is a 2-seat sports car that was produced by Mercedes-Benz from 1954 to 1957 as a gull-wing coupe, and from 1957 to 1963 as a roadster. The 300 SL traces its origins to the company's 1952 racing car, the W194, and was equipped with a mechanical direct fuel injection system that significantly increased the power output of its 3-liter overhead camshaft straight-six engine. The 300 SL was capable of reaching speeds of up to 260 kilometers per hour, earning it a reputation as a sports car racing champion and making it the fastest production car of its time. Aston Martin DB4. The DB4 is a Grand Tourer that was produced by Aston Martin from 1958 until 1963. The DB designation came from Sir David Brown, who built up the company from 1947 onwards. Technically, the DB4 was not a development of the DB Mark III it replaced, nor did it evolve into the DB5. It had a platform rather than a tubular chassis with a new engine by Tadek Marek. The DB4's design formed the basis for later Aston Martin models, such as the DB4 GT Zagato, the Lagonda Rapide four-door saloon. Aston Martin DB4 GT Zagato. The Aston Martin DB4 GT Zagato is a Grand Tourer sports car designed by Zagato and produced between 1960 and 1963. Introduced in October 1960 at the London Motor Show, it was effectively a DB4 GT, lightened and improved by the Zagato factory in Italy, by Ercole Spada. Initially, the factory planned to produce 25 cars, but demand was not as strong as expected, and production was reduced to 19. Iso Grifo. The Iso Grifo is a limited production Grand Tourer manufactured by Italian automobile manufacturer Iso Autoveicoli SPA between 1965 and 1974. Intended to compete with Grand Touring offerings from Ferrari and Maserati, it used a series of American powertrains and components supplied by Chevrolet and Ford. Styling was done by Giorgetto Giugiaro at Bertoni, while the mechanicals were the work of Giotto Bizzarini. AC Cobra. The AC Cobra, sold in the United States as the Shelby Cobra and AC Shelby Cobra, is a sports car manufactured by British company AC Cars, with a Ford V8 engine. It was produced intermittently in both the United Kingdom and later the United States since 1962. Lamborghini Miura. The Lamborghini Miura is a sports car produced by Italian automaker Lamborghini between 1966 and 1973. The car was the first high-performance production road car with a rear mid-engine, rear-wheel drive layout, which has since become the standard for performance-oriented sports cars. When released, it was the fastest production car in the world. Ferrari Daytona. The Ferrari Daytona is a two-seat Grand Tourer produced by Ferrari from 1968 to 1973. It was introduced at the Paris Auto Salon in 1968 to replace the 275 GTB/4 and featured the 360 horsepower V12 engine, 275's Colombo, 512 with a larger cylinder bore for 4,390 cubic centimeters, 4.4 liters, 267.9 cubic inches. It was offered in Berlinito and Spider forms. The car came in two variants, the 365 GTB/4 Coupe and the 365 GTS/4 Convertible. The Daytona was succeeded by the mid-engine 365 GT4 Berlinetta Boxer in 1973. Lamborghini Miura P400S. The P400S Miura, also known as the Miura S, made its introduction at the Turin Motor Show in November 1968, where the original chassis had been introduced 3 years earlier. It was slightly revised from the P400 with the addition of power windows, bright chrome trim around external windows and headlights, new overhead inline console with new rocker switches, Engine intake manifolds made 2 millimeters larger, different camshaft profiles and notched trunk end panels, allowing for slightly more luggage space. The engine changes were reportedly good for an additional 20 PS, 15 kW, 20 horsepower. Lamborghini Countach. The Lamborghini Countach is a rear mid-engine, rear-wheel drive sports car produced by the Italian automobile manufacturer Lamborghini from 1974 to 1992, 1974 until 1990. It is one of the many exotic designs developed by Italian design house Bertone, which pioneered and popularized the sharply angled Italian wedge shape. Roof BTR. The Roof BTR, Gruppe B Turbo Roof, is a sports car built by German automobile manufacturer Roof Automobile. The BTR began production in 1983 and was based on the Porsche 911 produced from 1978 to 1989, available in a narrow 911 or optional wide-body configuration. Akin to the 930 Turbo, the drag difference causing more than 12.5 miles per hour, 20 kilometers per hour, difference in top speed. The BTR was the first roof production sports car with a company-specific VIN. Porsche 959. The Porsche 959 is a sports car manufactured by German automobile manufacturer Porsche from 1986 to 1993, first as a Group B rally car and later as a road-legal production car designed to satisfy FIA homologation regulations, requiring at least 200 units be produced. Roof CTR. The Roof CTR, Group C Turbo Roof, also known as the CTR Yellowbird or simply Yellowbird, is a limited production, high-performance sports car manufactured by German automobile manufacturer Roof Automobile. Introduced for the 1987 model year and based on the Porsche 911. McLaren F1. The McLaren F1 is a sports car designed and manufactured by British automobile manufacturer McLaren Cars and powered by the BMW S70/2 V12 engine, of which a limited number was produced. The original concept was conceived by Gordon Murray, who successfully convinced Ron Dennis to back the project and hired car designer Peter Stevens to design the exterior and interior of the car. On 31st March 1998, the XP5 prototype with a modified rev limiter set the Guinness World Record for the world's fastest production car, reaching 240.1 miles per hour, 386.4 kilometers per hour. Bugatti Veyron EB 16.4. The Bugatti Veyron EB 16.4 is a mid-engine sports car designed and developed in Germany by the Volkswagen Group and Bugatti, and manufactured in Molsheim, France by French automobile manufacturer Bugatti. It was named after the racing driver Pierre Veyron. The original version has a top speed of 407 kilometers per hour, 253 miles per hour. It was named the 2000s Car of the Decade by the BBC television program Top Gear. The standard Veyron also won Top Gear's Best Car Driven All Year Award in 2005. SSC Ultimate. The SSC Ultimate Aero is a mid-engine sports car that was produced by SSC North America, formerly known as Shelby Supercars, from 2004 until 2013. The SSC Ultimate Aero held the world production car speed record title according to the Guinness World Records from 2007, when it was officially timed at 255 miles per hour, 410 kilometers per hour, until the introduction of the Bugatti Veyron Supersport in 2010. Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Supersport. The Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Supersport is a faster, more powerful version of the Bugatti Veyron 16.4. Production was limited to 48 units. The Supersport has increased engine power output of 1,200 PS, 882 kilowatts, 1,183 horsepower, at 6,400 RPM, and a maximum torque of 1,500 Newton meters, 1,106 pound-feet, at 3,000 to 5,000 revolutions per minute, and a revised aerodynamic package. Koenigsegg Agera RS. The Agera RS was unveiled at the 2015 Geneva Motor Show, along with the prototype version of the Regera. The Agera RS is an advanced version of the Agera R, implementing some of the new technology and features of the 1.1 and combining the features of the Agera R and the Agera S. SSC Tuatara. The SSC Tuatara is a sports car designed, developed and manufactured by American automobile manufacturer SSC North America, formerly Shelby Supercars Inc. The car is the successor to the Ultimate Aero and is the result of a design collaboration between Jason Castriota and SSC. Initially powered by a 6.9-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine, the capacity of the engine was later reduced to 5.9 liters, 360.8 cubic inches, in order to allow the engine to have a higher redline of 8,800 RPM. SSC had stated that the power output would be rated at 1,300 horsepower or 1,000 kilowatts on E85 fuel, along with a 300 mile per hour, 483 kilometers per hour, plus top speed. Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus. On August 8, 2019, Bugatti presented a limited production high-performance variant of the Chiron called the Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus to owners taking part in the company's 110th anniversary tour in Europe. The variant is limited to 30 examples at a net unit price of 3.5 million euros.